No more Jaden Rashada in Tempe. Is that going to work out for Arizona State? That's Richie Bradshaw, Locked On Sun Devils, joining me here on the show. What do you expect in year two from Kenny Dillingham's team?
More than anything, the one constant that you have at Arizona State is wanting to see the program increase the standard that they have, and that you want to see that the culture is continuing to really take effect and soil itself in. So with Kenny Dillingham, you want to continue to see these guys just play a little bit harder, being able to buy in, finding ways to show that they are taking in the things that Dillingham is putting out there and applying it on the field. And you saw that last year. You saw that this team was more dialed in than the years previous. You were seeing that these Sun Devils are playing with more passion than they have previously. And they're playing with a bit of adversity too, especially when you consider that Jaden Rashada is gone from the program. Elijah Badger is gone from the program. You're losing some of your best players. So you want to see almost that next man up philosophy that is tired and true formula that we've heard since the dawn of time, it feels. But you just want to see that these guys are going to continue pressing forward, facing that adversity, playing up to the standard that is getting raised a little bit every year.
A few months ago, an outsider might have looked at Arizona State and said, well, Jaden Rashada's got to be poised for a year two leap. He's got Kenny Dillingham back. He's, got Elijah Badger, and those guys, as you mentioned, are no longer with the program. So going into the Big 12 for Arizona State's first season in the new look league, I think the Big 12 is the deepest quarterback conference in all of college football. What is Arizona State's plan at the position without Rashada?
Right now, you've got Sam Leavitt. And Leavitt was a four-star recruit from the same cycle as Jaden Rashada. He played 4 games in Michigan State, opted to enter the transfer portal, came to Arizona State. And Spencer, he won the job during spring ball, which was part of the reason, if not the biggest reason, that Rashada decided to enter the transfer portal. This is not speculation. This is fact. So Leavitt looks solid. Leavitt is a very quality quarterback. He's somebody that has a little bit of Rashada to his game. Is the ceiling as high? I don't know. But he is able to roll around the pocket. He may not be that dual threat, but he is a mobile quarterback. He's somebody that is able to manipulate the pocket, get outside, make those off-script throws. He's got a good arm. He's somebody that fits what Kenny Dillingham is looking for at the quarterback position very well. So now it's a matter of seeing that he's able to, play up to the billing that he has as a 4-star kid. For what it's worth, Rashada only played 3 games last year, and Leavitt played 4 games. So you have the same sample size, essentially, with Leavitt that you did Rashada. Rashada definitely the higher ceiling. I mean, there's a reason why he was a borderline 5-star recruit coming out of Pittsburgh. But this is nonetheless a talented quarterback and somebody that you were looking forward to taking that step forward for you. And you've got the depth, like Trenton Bourguet is there. Is he great? No, but he's a very serviceable quarterback, and he's somebody that the fan base absolutely adores. They've got somebody behind Sam Leavitt that is going to be able to guide him forward. So I like where they're at, but of course, like you said, Big 12 is just so unbelievably stacked at quarterback. You got Cameron Rising, Noah Fafita, Jalen Daniels, excuse me. This is not exactly a conference that is lacking at the position. So Leavitt definitely going to be behind the 8 ball considering everyone he's going to be competing against. But I do think that there's an opportunity there for him to really strut his stuff as long as he's able to continue building forward from the momentum that he started building in spring ball.
A couple of things that you said there. Jaden Rashada is from Pittsburgh, California. Some are saying the premier Pittsburgh of the United States. Secondly, I kind of forgot what the second one was, but you know what? Oh, I remember now. The old Freudian slip of throwing Jaden Daniels' name into the ether, and Richie is now begging me mentally. He is sending me brainwaves to change the subject, so I will. As you look at this Big 12 conference and where Arizona State can fit in, their win total, according to our friends at FanDuel, is 4.5. I thought last year a 3-9 season in a much stronger Pac-12, you're not making an easy leap because Arizona State's trying to go forward. It's not as good as the league they were in last year. It's still a very, very deep conference. It's going to be the most competitive conference championship race, I think, in the country because you have the most number of teams that could realistically win it. Can Arizona State be a bowl team this year? Like, do you think that is feasible given the landscape of the league right now? And as you mentioned, kind of the quarterback deficit they might be facing most weeks.
Yes. This is a team that should have bowl game expectations. Look, last year they won 3 games. There were 3 other games that were toss-ups between Washington, who went to the national championship game, Spencer, Colorado.
I still don't know how that works. That was on the road too. That game was in Seattle. ASU, 3-9 ASU. That was the last Pac-12 team to beat Washington. Had Washington on the ropes. Some things cannot be explained. That's why college football is great. Anyway, continue.
No, but you potentially and probably should have beat Washington if you had the health to be able to kick field goals. You win that game. Colorado was a toss-up. Cal was a toss-up. Oklahoma State was a toss-up. I mean, you win 3 of those 4, you're 6-16. Are you going bowling? No, because Ray Anderson gave you that self-imposed bowl ban. But this was still a team that was right there on the 6-win, 7-win margin, I guess. You're going to the Big 12. This is another difficult year. You have to play Arizona, Utah, Kansas State. You've got Kansas on your schedule. Mississippi State's coming to town. Like,
those are the top 4 odds teams to win the Big 12 championship, by the way. Utah, Kansas State, Kansas, and Arizona. Now, I'm not as high on Arizona as some others are, but everybody else, yeah, I'm all in on those teams as conference title contenders.
Yep, 3 of them are on the road. So this is not going to be an easy game. Oklahoma State, also a game. You have to go to Stillwater for that one. So
that's probably the 5th most likely team to win the Big 12.
Yep, Arizona State has a very difficult schedule. But the thing is, Spencer, sometimes it's not about who the most talented team is. It's about the team that wants it the most. And last year, you saw from the Sun Devils that they wanted it more than they wanted it in years, Spencer. This is a team that believes in the vision that Kenny Dillingham has. And they are better than they were last year. So, sure, they're going up against 5 of the best teams in the Pac-12, in the Big 12. This is a very difficult situation that they're being placed in. But with the way that they play and with the talent that they've been able to add, who knows? Maybe you win 2 of those games. Maybe you get 1 game, like 1-4 against the top 5 teams in the conference coming off a 3-win season. I'm sorry, that's a win for Arizona State. There's going to be a lot of odds makers who are going to have you go 0-5. But bottom line, yes, this is a team that should have bowl expectations for themselves. This is a team that could have been there last year, if not for a couple of different outside factors. This is a team that is more talented. They're more dialed in. You're in year 2 of Kenny Dillingham. I think that they should be able to do it. And they're facing a lot of adversity. You lose Rashada, you lose Badger. This is a team that a lot of people are going to sleep on. There's plenty of reason and very realistic reason, Spencer, why a lot of people are going to go into this year and assume that Arizona State is not only going to be a bottom feeder of the Big 12, but one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country. Totally understandable. But I think from a mindset standpoint, ASU should be able to get to 6 wins. But again, it's all about actually putting that together.
Yeah, Brian Ward, the defensive coordinator. I love that
him.
hire when Kenny Dillingham made it, and I think that's a name that Big 12 fans have got to be aware of, is when you play ASU, you might not see a whole bunch of composite talent according to 24/7 Sports all over the place, but Brian Ward is sharp. So is Richie Bradshaw, Locked on Sun Devils. You check him out on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Richie, thank you as always.
It's my pleasure.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Summertime means baseball, which I'm a big fan of. The NBA Finals, I'm also a fan of that, and more. And you can bet it all on FanDuel. You can bet golf over there. You can bet college football over there. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $200 you can use to bet on everything from the Finals MVP to who's going to hit one out of the park, and everything you could possibly want for college football is over there on FanDuel. You've got games, you've got win totals, conference title odds, national championship odds, odds to make the playoff, odds to miss the playoff. Everything you could want is there. So go check them out. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and add a big win to your summer bucket list. FanDuel.com/lockedon. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and our official sportsbook sponsor here at the Locked On Network.